Okay, good day, everybody. I want to share something with all of us for the young ones, for the adults out there, and those persons who are thinking of giving up in life. This is kind of a teaching and kind of a word of advice, and also a motivational word for those persons who are willing to listen and hear. Now, I want you to understand that most times life doesn't give us what we actually expect or what we need. Life doesn't give us what we need, what we expect. Sometimes you might be expecting something and you have planned out your life and say, this is how I want my life to be. This is what I want to get. This is what I want to achieve. Most times you might not get it if you don't work, if you don't stand up and work towards it. Because you don't expect things to fall into place for you just like that if you don't work. So it is important for you to work as long as you're making plans and telling yourself, these are the things I want to achieve, these are the things I need in life, these are the things I must achieve. You've laid out plans. Probably you say, this year I must get myself a new house. I must build myself a new house. If you're a student this year, I must graduate, I must finish up my course of study, and I must graduate. Now you cannot just sit down and relax and expect that these things will work naturally for you. No, it doesn't work that way. You actually need to work. You need to work. You need to put yourself into you actually need to put yourself into the process of working. You need to work because without you working, you will not see result. Manna does not fall from heaven the way it has been before now. So, especially for those of you who are in Nigeria, the Nigerians especially, you need to work for what you want. You want something, work towards it. However it is you want to achieve something, work towards it. Don't sit down and relax and fold your hands and think that it will just fall like that. No, it can't, it won't. But you need to work for it. Bill Gates, example is Bill Gates. He worked for what he has today, who he is today. He worked for it. That's Bill Gates. Otedola in Nigeria, who he is today is as a result of what he did. He worked on himself. He worked hard, he worked smart. Even Dangote, Alingo Dangote, worked on himself. Who he is today is as a result of what he did, the work he did. He worked on himself, he developed himself. He did not sit down and relax and say, these are the things I need, and he just relax and those things will come. No, it will not come. Work towards it, work towards those things. Look at the direction which you want to go and make sure you followed up that direction and make sure you achieve those things. If you work towards that direction, you achieve all the things you want to be, all the things you want to achieve, you definitely achieve them. Yes, that's the truth. But if you sit down and relax and feel that things will just will fall into place and all the things you want will just come, no, it will not. You'll be disappointed. That is why I used to say, how prepared are you? How prepared are you? How prepared are you? You want to achieve something, but you've not prepared yourself. How prepared are you to achieving this thing? This thing you said you want to achieve in the next 2 years. How prepared are you? Have you drawn the map? Have you drawn the plan? Have you done that? Because without you doing this, you cannot in any way achieve these things. Sincerely speaking. See, okay, look at me. I made I when I was younger at some point I made plans of myself that I will achieve something. I made plans. Where I'm living now is not where I started from. I grew up from a family that are struggling. My parents are actually struggling. My dad is struggling. Things are not moving well. But I told myself I don't want to be in their level. And I'm still pushing. I'm not saying I have made it. I have not. But I'm still pushing. I have made up my mind that where my father stopped, I as a son will pass there. In my father's house, before I left, before I traveled, because things were not moving well, I had to travel from I left Calabar to Benin. My father's house at that time when I was there, he had no chairs. But when we grew up, he had a chair. He had a chair. But even when I left, because of the way things were going, he was not able to get a chair for himself. And I told myself, no, I cannot live this kind of life. I cannot be like this. I made decisions. I took risk. I have fall a victim of circumstances because I want to better my life. I don't want to be where my parents are or where they stop, where they are with their level. I don't want to be there. I have fallen so many things because I want to be better. I have done things just because I want to be better. I did not sit down and relax and fold my hands. If you want to be better, you will take risk in life. If you want to be better, if you must be better, you will take a risk. Risk is a normal thing you must take. Because if you don't take them, that thing you're looking for, that change you're looking for, you will not see it. You will never see it. You will never see that change. So, but you need to take this risk. Tell yourself, whatever I want to achieve, tell yourself I must achieve it. Whatever you want to achieve, are you hearing me? Whatever you want to achieve, tell yourself, I must achieve this, I must get this. So, however it is, you need to get things you need to get. Take the risk. Take the risk. Go for it. Go for the goal. Don't say, no, you want to do something. Don't say, no, tomorrow I'll do it. No, go for it. Do those things you need. You know that if you do them, they will help better your life. Do them. Take the risk. And as you take the risk, definitely you actually achieve that thing you want to achieve. You definitely, there is no how you're not going to achieve it. Because while you took the risk, you took that risk to try as much as possible to take that risk and do the things you know you need to do. You know that if you do this thing, your life will change, your life will be better. You'll be better than where you were, you'll be better than who you were, you'll be better than your parents. Because as a young boy, as a young man, you need to be better than the people that brought you up. You need to be better than the people where you grew up from. You need to be better than that. I'll in this video I'll show you where I started from and where I am currently. And I believe that God is still doing things mightily in my life. So this is like a motivation and like something that should inspire every other person that sees this video. So try as much as possible to not to give up. Prepare yourself for God wants to do something great in your life. Because if you don't prepare yourself, it's like okay, now look at the story of the 10 virgins. They were actually expecting the Son of God. Five of them were foolish, and the other five were wise. The other five came. The other five came prepared. They came with their lamp filled up. While the other five came with their lamp wasn't filled up. They knew the other five knew the wise one knew that this bridegroom that is coming, might actually take time. So I must be prepared in case my lamp is low or the oil in my lamp is not enough. I will have enough to fill it. So they came prepared. So when the other five, when the foolish five, when their oil got exhausted, got finished, they asked the other five to borrow them. But the other five said, no, they cannot borrow them. I can't borrow you. If I should borrow you, which one will I use? So they had to go out to go and buy some. In the process of them going out to the other, get the oil, the bridegroom came. And they missed the bridegroom. Before they could come back, the door was shut against them. So what am I saying? In everything you do, you need to be prepared. If you're not prepared, you might miss and lose so many things. How prepared are you? The thing you want to get, how prepared are you to getting it? Are you ready? It's not when it comes and you're not ready and you're not prepared. So however it is, be prepared. And as you do this, you will see results. As you do this, you will see results in your life. Don't limit yourself and say I cannot achieve this. No, don't be afraid. Also, don't allow fright to destroy your mind. Never. Even David in the Bible wasn't scared. Joseph in the Bible wasn't scared. Joseph passed through a lot in the hands of his brothers, but he wasn't scared. He knew very well. Joseph knew very well that what is ahead of him, what is waiting for him, is greater than what he is seeing now. So he was prepared. He wasn't scared. He passed through a lot in the hands of his brothers, but also his father loved him. But even at that, he knew his future. He had visions, he had revelations about how his future is going to be. And he kept pushing. He kept hope alive because he knew that the future is bright for him. Even when he had dreams about the sheep bowing down to him, the 5 stars, doing all those things, he told his brothers and they laughed at him. They were saying, so are we going to bow down to you? But even at that, he kept pushing. He believed. He was sold out as a slave, and they thought they sold him out as a slave. They don't know that where they are selling him to is where it's going to be made. So don't be scared. Wherever you find yourself, you can be made there. You can be made there. So I believe these words has touched one or two persons listening. Try as much as possible not to give up. Don't give up in life. Thank you very much. Like and subscribe to this channel if you've seen this video. I just wanted to share a motivational words with all of us. Like, comment, subscribe to this channel if you love this video. Thank you.